Right. Can you hear me? Yes. Hallo, hallo. Ah, perfekt. Cool. Ich wollte nur ganz kurz sagen, oh, sorry. So, welcome. Before we start, I just want to say, or I just want to ask, do you have a phone? Can you hold it up? Yeah, okay, see some more? I don't believe you don't have a phone. All right, cool. Can you turn on the camera and just take a photo and then share it on Instagram? You can so you can find us at Hinterland of Things, and please tag us with Hinterland Hack 2022. That would be awesome. So yeah, let's see lots of photos and make some noise for the Founders Foundation. Are we ready? We could go live. Yes, let's go live. Tom würde ich einzählen. Okay, Tom wird uns einzählen. Very good. Oh, come on. Okay, hands to the front, hands to the front. Can you stand up for a second? Okay, Tom is going to count us in, all right? Tom is, all right. Wait. 3, okay, hands to the front, a little bit down. Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, Hinterland of Things! Very good. Welcome to the Hinterland Hack 2022. We had 60 participants from all walks of life, old, young, hackers, makers, innovators, from Bielefeld, but also from Munich, from Great Britain, coming here to Bielefeld to join the Hinterland Hack 2022. We had 7 challenges from local companies. Could they stand up real quick? Are they here? Yes. Without them, it wouldn't have been possible. So please give them a big hand. Thank you so much. Very good, very good. So for 2 days and nights, we've been working tirelessly to build prototypes and solutions for their challenges, for their real-life challenges. So last night we went to bed at 3 o'clock, and some even slept here, so incredible. Like, the spirit and the atmosphere here was mind-blowing. I'm from Munich. I work for the Technical University Munich and do hackathons there. I must say, you're even better than them. So, we had 20 mentors. Like, what do you need in order to create a successful startup? You need role models and advice from people who have done it before and that pay forward their knowledge and their insights. So we had 20 mentors, alumni from the Founders Foundation, coming here to help the teams build amazing new products and startups. We had one goal, and that is to make something happen, to turn problems into solutions and solutions into action, into real-life prototypes. The only question was, how far can you take it? So we gave the teams everything they needed, and we gave them also the mindset of don't be ashamed of your first prototypes, even if they look shitty. So it's all about just making the first steps and making it happen. Today, you witness the launch of potentially 14 new corporate ventures or startup ventures. So I'm very happy that you're here and you made it here in the rainy days, and it's going to be awesome. We have a jury here today, very special, amazing people. And could you quickly stand up and introduce yourself? Or come here on stage. Big hand, please.
Does everything
Right?
Yeah. First mistake.
No. Take that one maybe.
Is it better now?
No, maybe try that one. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Oh, wow, that sounds way better. So, my name is Vantje Eimers. I'm expert in the area of new work. I founded a company that is working every day on bringing the idea of new work into companies, supporting people working in a different way. And I also published a book about this topic this year. And I hope to be a valuable part of this jury, as I also started my career in a startup and as a consultant accompanied many startups. So I'm super happy to be here and that someone donated a hoodie for me. And really looking forward to what has been worked out the last days.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Julius, and kind of this hoodie I'm wearing that fell from the sky, and hope it fits me. Thank you very much for inviting me here, all the founders. I'm more from the corporate side. I work with the Stockmeyer Group. We're a chemical distributor based in Bielefeld, and I work as a business innovator there. And I really hope to see some exciting pitches today. It's a very, very diverse challenge landscape. Usually I'm taking the role of the hardest prospect or hardest customer to crack. So please convince me and Svante for sure. And be sure that one of you take the prize home.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you. One of the prizes is this. The whole weekend, there was a 3D printer over there printing this amazing award. So maybe that's yours tonight. But you can also win 5,000 euros and a lot of fame from winning the hackathon. So now we're starting with the pitches. Are you ready? Yes. Give it up for the first team, Miele 1.
Hello, can you hear me? Nice. Good afternoon. I'm very grateful to be here and present you the first solution which could have a great impact on which could have a great social impact. Thank you. I'm Ole and I'm the CEO of SugarMate. So I promise you, you never thought about the upcoming problem in this dimension. Every fifth person aged between 18 and 80 years old is affected to prediabetes. Left untreated, this illness leads to I'm really sorry about that. Leads to a loss of life quality as well as a lifetime shortening from 6 to 10 years. And we spend 13 billions of euros each year to fight this disease. 13 billions. I have a good and a bad message for you. The good one first, I'm sorry about that. Prediabetes is curable, but it's not easy because you have to change your whole lifestyle. And this is one of the sorry, my pitch deck is a little weird right now. This is one of the hardest challenges you can ever face as a human being. So you have to change all your habits you grew up with, and only a few people can do this right now. There are a success rate of a lose rate of 80% of the people which aren't able to change their habits, and we don't agree. Don't want this. So we tried to figure out a solution which is already common in the healthcare sector, and we made a research. We found out that there is a solution called peer mentoring, which is already successfully implemented in the addiction treatment. In the case of smoking, for example, it has a success rate from 90%, which don't mean that they all get rid of smoking after the treatment. but they begin to understand their challenge and change some habits step by step. And this is where we get in. We want to bring together your mentor as easy as possible. So we search for mentors and for affected people and build a digital solution which guides you through the whole process. We offer you a simple questionnaire-based opportunity to find your perfect match and bring you together and guide you to the whole process. Beside that, we include some basic functions like a blood sugar perf and have recipes as well. I'm sorry for that. So have a small look on the market. There, I told you before, we spend 30 billions of euros each year for the health insurance and the social welfare of these people. We want to have a small piece of it for the primary prevention. You can't see it really good on this diagram, but it's anyway a high amount of money. So we built a business model. We need 300 revenue per person, which is a target group of 10% of all pre-diabetic patients and brings a total revenue of 18 million and a profit of 4.5 million euros. We want to build an MVP to validate our problem and solution fit, build an app which is DiGA confirmed and want to pay with DiGA and want to trigger out in the DiGA trial period, which is 6 months long. And here's a small thinking habit. This is an already existing solution, but no one concentrate on the peer mentoring aspect. And we are sure that this is the key to get the people, and we want to bring this project to success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ole. Thank you. Quick first question. I pretty much love all the numbers behind the business model because it's a lot of network effects involved. How would I find my first sugar date?
You get the idea right. Thank you. You will find your first sugar date by filling in a questionnaire with easy, basic questions like age and region you live and what age, sex of mentor do you prefer, and we look for a mentor nearby you and match you together. You have, for example, 3 mentors you can choose through. Yeah.
So it's like pretty much like dating with one common purpose, not
Yes.
to get diabetes. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Love it.
Other questions? So first of all, thanks for the presentation. What are the core aspects from your perspective that makes people really stay within the app and not just trying it and saying, okay, well, I put it to the side and now I do whatever I did beforehand?
Yeah, I think we get people on this point that they fail 1 or 2 times and want to change something, so there's a starting motivation, and they find a mentor which already went through the process, so he understands the problem and the whole process, and I think it's the motivation which is the biggest part in this solution.
So it is about the combination of a technical solution with real people.
Yes, it's a community aspect and a digital solution.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do we have some more time for questions? Or is yeah. Just one last question. What would be your next step to fire it up?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, we want to get paid by the health insurance. So we want to build an MVP. We want to prove that this is successful. After that, we want to build an app regarding to the regulatories of a DiGA catalog. And after that, we want to apply for a 6-month DiGA trial period. Yes. And normally they pay between 150 and 150 euros per user.
So actually no Miele at all in this presentation here.
Miele is the driving force.
Cool.
All right, thank you very much. Team Miele 2, please go ahead.
Hi, I'm Oliver from HappyBit, changing habits bit by bit. Imagine you go to your doctor for a routine blood screening, and then you get the surprising diagnosis of prediabetes. That is a condition which can lead to diabetes type 2, a very serious and lifelong illness. This is already true for 1 in 5 of us. 1 in 5 of us are suffering from prediabetes, and 50% of them will develop diabetes type 2. And life with diabetes, it's really hard. You always have to watch your blood sugar, and you can even die if you mess up and don't have access to insulin. So we found out that 50% of pre-diabetics become diabetics, and that's 1,500 people each day in Germany getting diagnosed with diabetes. And we want to help half of them, that's 750 people. We want to help every day not to suffer the consequences of this illness. But to do that, they need to change their eating habits. And everybody who tried knows changing your eating habits is hard. Also, dietary knowledge is complicated, and it's sometimes hard to verify your sources. In addition, people are people, and sometimes they are lazy, and they lack motivation. So, Jeffrey, what do we do?
Yo, thank you. Thank you, Oliver. So here we are, HappyBits. HappyBits is a habit-building app for pre-diabetic patients with fun and loving activities through virtual realities. So just jump into our app. So in our app, you will find your digital avatar. So this digital avatar represents you. The digital avatar, so for example, Tino here. Tino can be sad, tired, hungry. How can you make Tino happy? Simple. In our app, we have different virtual rooms. For example, you enter the first virtual room, the Captain Cook kitchen, so where Captain Cook himself educates the patients how to cook healthy food with nutrition for pre-diabetic patients. And you also have, Yeah. So we also have a virtual space where you can meet different patients who also face the same problems. You can talk to them, share experiences, do yoga or exercise together so that you don't feel left alone. And there are also a huge number of sports that you can do at home. Finally, when you come out to the real world, your activities tracked for how many hours you spent in the virtual world, and you are immediately incentivized with coupons to buy fresh vegetables or fruits, or you can get coupons to go to your favorite vegan restaurant. So we did some research. It is said that using virtual reality to treat weight loss management is 40% more effective than traditional weight loss management programs. So this is a market research. When doing so, we are really surprised because it was very, very huge. In Germany, we have 17 million people diagnosed with diabetes. In USA, it is 96 million, and worldwide, it's 352 million. So in Germany, 540,000 people are diagnosed with diabetes every year. So we thought, with incorporation of the insurance company, we assumed that if every second person who's diagnosed with diabetes use our solution, we can have a revenue of 2.7 million euros in the first year. So this is our pricing model. We have a freemium where everyone can try our solution, our software, for 1 year and use it. And then we have a standard program where each person can access one virtual room. And the premium costs 10 euros, where you have access to multiple virtual rooms, and also you can get contact to your personal coach in the virtual world. And in the case that you do not own your VR gadget, you can simply rent the VR gadget for 10 euros per month. So this is how we build the ecosystem. So as I said, we have our own mobile app, we have our virtual reality app, and then we also have our virtual reality hardware. So first, what we do is we go in contact with the headset manufacturers to deliver the headsets to the patients. And then the insurance company pays the money for the software subscription, and also
Time's up.
Okay.
Continue. Finish.
Yeah. And also the insurance company pays the subscription and also for the hardware. Finally, the touch point is through doctors, dietitians, and nutritionists. And also, the corporates can benefit by using solution to give it to the employees for health benefits. And finally, this is our competitors. We have competitors in form of fitness app, nutrition app, but we are the first company to incorporate our virtual reality solution for the long-term and sustainable solution for the changing life habit of a dietitian, pre-diabetic persons. Thank you.
The presentation. So when you developed that idea, I'm interested in what were the biggest challenges or the hardest nuts that you had in discussing and developing this.
So can I answer? Yeah. The first challenge is to make understand that virtual reality is a solution for it. Because many people are really still now skeptical that virtual reality is just not the future, but it's the future. So to make our team believe that, to come to one common mind, it took time for us that was the biggest challenge we had when working on this project.
Thank you.
Do you see totally other worlds of competitors as well? Like, I imagine that watching YouTube or spending time on TikTok would be a fair competitor to spending time in a virtual world where someone tries to tell me how to eat better. How do you fix this? What are the advantages in the virtual reality? What keeps me in virtual reality? What keeps me fixed on the target?
So normally when we see YouTube or Netflix, we see it as entertainment. But when we go to virtual environment, our mind automatically gets into it. So by day, we immediately try to adapt the habit to ourselves. That's the difference between normal seeing YouTube and Netflix and getting into environment and getting into the habit day-by-day process.
Can I maybe add something? Yep. Also, we have this virtual pet, and there will also be the pet in the virtual reality. And the idea is that if you track your habits and do better, then you build something in the virtual world. So you will want to come back to see what you have already built and extend upon it and maybe even share it with others.
I have another question with regards to the idea of the pet. So what is the purpose of the pet? So is the dog becoming fat if you're not doing sports? Or so why did you come up with this, and how can I imagine?
Yeah, so the idea is that you, for many people, you need to change your habits, you need immediate responses. So if I eat less, it takes a long time to lose weight, right? And the idea is you have this pet, and it's basically it reminds you that you need to do something, and if you don't do it, it gives you emotional incentive to do it. So by becoming sad, we would need what practically it dies and so on. It's a bit harsh maybe, but you could make it cry, and if you do it good, the pet will become happy and do tricks for you and so on.
So like the Tamagotchi in the 90s.
Yeah, somewhat like that.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. So before the next team comes on stage, there are still some empty seats here. So all the people in the back there, come to the front. You, in the blue shirt with the jacket? Aber da. There. Okay. So next team number 1 from Dr. Wolf. Big hand.
So also from my side, welcome everybody to this pitch presentation. My name is Julia, and I'm presenting you the M-Care application. So there's a problem that all of us know. You get sick sometimes and need to see the doctors. And in the German population, there are even 40% of people that suffer from chronic diseases and need to see the doctors very often. And due to a complicated journey they have to do, the getting of the prescribed medication takes too long. So let's have a look at the journey they have to go through. So you see there are a lot of steps and risk for the for the patients to decide to interrupt the therapy. So what we want to achieve with our solution is to help people get the medication they need faster. So let's have a look at the demo, how we could solve the solution. So using our platform, the patient can voluntarily share his personal health data with the doctor or pharmacy he trusts, and therefore gets a total better medical treatment. And after the first diagnosis has been made, it's easy then to issue the prescription for the needed medicine. And due to the chain of consent we have made here right at the beginning, it's very easy now to hand over the data and to order and to deliver the needed medication easily. And once the person has used up all of the needed medicine, you can easily, by one click, renew your prescription and then get the medicine automatically again. So this is all working within like a network we created, so it's basically a win-win-win situation for the patient itself, the doctors, and the pharma industry. So of course we heard already that the patient profits from an all better healthcare treatment. The doctors have more time to treat new patients, so there's less time spent for chronic people that only need to renew their prescriptions. And so in total there is an increase in medicine products that are delivered, so you can say that patients get the drugs they need faster. And we also decided to work together with well-known partners on the market, so for example Teleclinic or MedPACs, to offer as well digital healthcare meetings with the doctor, and also to dispatch the medication. So, but who's going to pay for this solution? The patient, of course, is free of charge, so he has enough trouble with his health issues. The doctors can treat more new patients, and so they pay a monthly fee to us for our software as a service solution. And in the end, there's the pharma industry, and we see them as an innovation partner for us to bring new digital healthcare solutions to life. Okay, so we see there's a big market for prescription drugs already, and we had a big growth in the acceptance for using healthcare apps, and so in total now we are convinced that we can realize the one-click shopping solution to provide patients their needed medicine faster. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That challenge is a little bit hard because you have all these regulations and all this, so
Yeah.
it's not too easy to find a solution that is also legal.
Yes.
And so I think you should use that. One question with regards to the pharmacies. So they are normally doing a job in the journey, like consulting the patients and asking for cross-medical combinations and all this. How do you integrate the job that the pharmacist is normally doing into that solution?
So we said that we focus especially on the chronic ill people. So when they once have so they know how they have to take their pills. So for them it's very interesting because then they of course
they know already what they take.
yeah, they know what they take, and so they don't have to spend a lot of time going to the doctors again and again just to get a piece of paper. And of course, if you are not a chronic ill person, you can also decide you want to grab the medicine from your local pharmacy. So you can also say, please don't send it to me, I want to go there and have additional information. Yeah, it's not supposed to be that.
Okay, thanks, Julia. I also have two questions on the customer journey. I also see a lot of hurdles, but there's lots of potential, for sure. First question is, how do you fill the funnel?
Sorry?
First time, the funnel to convince people to use the software in the first place.
So you mean the patients or the doctors or
the patients themselves? How do you convince them? How do you target them?
So yeah, of course. As we have seen, there's a big issue with times. You have to spend going to the doctor again. You have to drive there. So there are a lot of good things for the patients to profit from this using this app. And of course, we have then normal marketing campaigns to gain attention for this new solution. And also, we profit a little bit from the combination working together with the doctors, because also the doctors would advertise the solution to their patients, because they do also profit from the solution themselves.
Okay, that takes over to my second question. You said that you want to let the doctors pay for the solution. I'm no healthcare expert, I'm an expert in chemical distribution, but isn't it quite difficult for doctors to keep a lot of chronically ill people in their patient room? Like, isn't it hard to prescribe lots of drugs to this target group?
So I think that there's no different if you, I mean, now, on the other hand, if there would be no solution like this, you would have all the chronic people sitting there in the waiting room waiting to get their prescription. And now you have new patients sitting there, or also we have seen we want to cooperate with telemedicine solutions, so that we think there's the trend that even more telemedicine is used, so that you can also decide to see your doctor only digital.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
Next up, team 2, Dr. Wolf.
Hello everybody, we are Avery. We are tackling problems who nobody wants to talk about. Maybe you have seen somewhere this marketing campaign in Germany, and it's tackling a very important topic: sexual transmitted disease, short STDs. The numbers of STD infection in Germany are increasing dramatically. And the problem is, it's an absolute taboo. People don't talk about it, and even not with their doctors. There are around 300,000 patients every year who get infected by these serious diseases. So it's a huge problem, and Marcel, I think we have a solution for it, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Thanks for handing this over to me. So the first thought we had was, like, if no one wants to talk about the things we kind of try to solve, then how to solve them. At the end of the day, you need to be anonymous for as long as it's possible. So our solution actually is a homepage design which we came up with over the weekend now. And the first thing you do if you come onto our platform, for example, over a landing page or via some other way, you'd fill out a questionnaire. You'd have a couple of questions here about your disease. Did you have recent contacts and whatnot? It's basically just a questionnaire which you fill out. Afterwards, we'd try to find the right medicine for you, and we recommend the medicine that you can use. And if you selected one, of course, you have to order it, select the shipping, and that's basically it. You can, by doing this, go the entire way from actually becoming ill to becoming healthy without even having personal contact with anyone out there. If you want to check out our prototype, there's a QR code up there. It'll come up later on as well again. Right here, we took a look at our market, and as of right now, we have Spring as one of our competitors, which is identified almost for sure, because they tackle a problem for men. They actually do erection problems and send medicine for that. Our goal is to find a solution which isn't specifically for men, but more for all genders out there. So we thought about LGBTQIA, which includes, of course, every gender which is currently existing on Earth, right? Since we have a bigger market, I think we can overcome Spring. Spring actually has an evaluation of $85 million US, so there should be quite a gap in the market.
Yeah, thank you. So here are some further numbers and an example. Out of this 300K patients in Germany, there is this number 250 who don't get any treatment for different reasons. And there are really a lot of huge side effects, especially for women, because they can get infertile. That means they don't get pregnant. And out of this 250, around 2% of the women getting these side effects. That means 2,500 women suffering not getting pregnant. And the cost for one woman to getting treatment in Germany per year is around 10,000 euro. So in total, that are 25 million euros, which costs are for the German health insurance. So we offer a cost reduction, of course, and maybe also some revenue, like you can imagine. We also have a clear vision for us. We want to start with our MVP and add step by step different features. For example, we would like to add further taboo diseases like vagina fungus or extreme sweating, for example. We are a team of 4 motivated people with diverse background and a lot of experience. We are Avery, and we are tackling problems nobody wants to talk about. And if you have a secret, stay tuned.
Thank you very much for the pitch. One question that is in my mind: how do I make sure that I'm getting the right medication?
Yeah, so we plan to cooperate with different doctors on our platform, and so that first they have this questionnaire. We saw it some demos there, and if the questionnaire said, oh, maybe a doctor needs to talk to this person, then we use telemedicine so that the patient can talk to a doctor and maybe get also prescriptive drugs.
Thank you.
Okay, I think it's a huge market out there. At first, I didn't quite get the relation between STDs and infertility, but 25 million alone in cost reduction for that is huge. Where do you see the most potential? Why did you start with STDs and not like sweating and other types of sicknesses?
Actually, the market or the challenge we did was pretty big, so we had to focus on one thing. And for us, it was like searching for a taboo topic no one talks about. And we came across STDs. Of course, we had some fun talking about it in the start. It was kind of funny doing that. But as we progressed, we found out that this topic has some kind of relevance to all of the people out there, at least the sexual active ones, and we wanted to solve the problem.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. The next team is Team 1 from Ari Armaturen. Please give him a big hand.
Together with Jay and Lars, I'm Stefan, and we are Team Ari number 1. I'm going to present you the challenge. The challenge is the question, how do you expand aftermarket activities for medium-sized manufacturers? And I'm going to present you with a small question. How could it be that you are extremely successful on a global scale, but only know 5% of your customers? Well, that's the situation that Ari is facing. Spoiler alert, it's the intermediaries. They are partners, they are contributors to the success, but they capture the customer data. The customer data are important for the aftermarket. So here's the challenge. How do you get these data? This is Ari's view. The customer's view is the following. Ari is providing valves. They are sitting in plants. The customer doesn't build the plants, they operate the plants. They run the ship, they don't build it. So the valve is only a small item in this overall setting, but if one of those parts fails, the entire plant is at a standstill. So when does the customer get in touch with Ari? Well, when the valve is creating a problem. And that's very late in the stage of this phase of plant operations. And it's especially negative touch point because the plant is at a standstill. If it's a huge plant, it's burning money at the rate of 200,000 euro an hour. So there's a high pressure on Ari, although the pressure in the plant is down, that basically we would like to move that up front, know the customer earlier, get a positive touch point and not a negative touch point. Well, how do we do that? Well, the intermediaries won't give your data away. But we know one thing, as human beings, we are creatures of habit. And all of us, more or less, like to follow rules. All of us got here by following traffic rules, hopefully. So that also helps in reducing risk and increasing safety in plants. So follow rules, and that's what we are doing. If we want to know who the customer is, we are basically looking at a simple solution that answers that question. We make it obvious, we make it simple to use. Each of us knows and is familiar with QR codes, and we make it simple to act. It's basically 3 steps. Search the device, scan it, enter some data, not even personal data. It's data about temperature, pressure, and all these technical things. And then you have a contact to the customer. What's the impact of that? The increase, and spot the error here, the increase of the known customer base is 600%. The cost for such a label is €2. We estimate that the increased aftermarket sales for customers are going to be €1,000. And Ari is extremely successful and has thousands of customers. So that's the immediately low-hanging fruit potential that's available here. So it's the known customer base that's increasing. We already discussed with the Ari team finer steps of technical implementations. The key message here is it's going to be a journey. We estimate it to take 1 year for taking parts that are already implemented at Ari, connecting them, but the key thing is this initial step to get the customer to link to Ari. And that's where we're providing the simple solution. We already linked that at a built prototype that has been tested with the Ari team, QR code that links to an existing Ari entry point, and we are going to further elaborate on that. And with all that, we estimate that with the end of Q1 next year, there could be end of March, there could be a prototype available that could also be implemented on a broader scale. in the end, that all should contribute to augmented services that even create more value for the customers. So what's in it for the Founders Foundation and what's in it for the region? This model, this challenge can be transferred to East Westphalia. We estimate that there are around 20 other companies that are in a similar situation, being a B2B supplier with intermediaries. We estimate 100 out of 3,500 companies in Germany and 500 out of 15,000 here. It all starts here, so thank you. Oh, thank you.
Stefan, thank you very much. I actually love the idea of the white label product already today. But first of all, to understand the problem set a bit better, who does the aftermarket of RE today? So whose slice of the cake are you eating, or do you want to eat?
It's the intermediaries. The intermediaries are the plant manufacturers, the maintenance companies, or even the huge top-tier chemical companies like BASF and co. Yeah?
Okay, follow-up question. So if you sell the product to the intermediary, what keeps them from just overprinting the QR code with a Tamagotchi icon?
We talked about this, especially discussed this with the sales team of ARI. It's when are you willing to give away something, or if you receive something? That's what human, it's this principle of reciprocity. So what we are thinking about is a type of partnership where we're getting some of the data and we are providing some of the data, because ARI has the advantage. It sees hundreds of thousands of plants in the final stage, and the maintenance company only focuses on a small segment of the market. Similar, the larger equipment manufacturers, they only see a slice of the market. ARI sees the entire market, because these valves sit everywhere.
So it's data sharing and revenue kickback somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, understood, thank you.
And sales loves it, by the way. We discussed it with the sales guys.
I understand you.
So one question with regards to the customer experience or the user's experience. So, for example, they have a problem with an ARI product. They scan the code because they have kind of question and all that. What is exactly happening afterwards? So I scan it on my smartphone, and what's then?
Well, the scan should happen earlier. So as soon as the plant starts to operate, the critical valves are scanned. So ARI knows that there's a plant running in a certain environment, treating a certain flow medium, and ARI knows the conditions. So then the customer calls. That's what they do all the time when the plant is at a standstill. So at that time, ARI knows the situation. They have much more knowledge. It doesn't pop up suddenly. They know when it could pop up. So the positive touch point has happened earlier, so there's a better relationship building. And so he hopefully calls somebody, he or she calls somebody who is already well known. So that's not so tense, and the problem is solved quickly.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Big applause for Team ARI 2.
Good luck.
Good afternoon. My name is Wilco. I'm presenting you our solution, Enigmaze. Thanks to the amazing team, and also pretty much a challenge gonna sound familiar to you. Enigmaze provides a plug-in installed-based management solution. That means the client can plug that solution into their client portal and help their customers to manage whatever they obtain from the manufacturer. That looks familiar to you. ARI is one of the hidden champions of the region, manufacturing valves and other accessories to bigger machinery. But, as explained before, it's difficult to keep track because that was looking a bit nicer beforehand, sorry for that, there was some animation as well. Between ARI and our end customers, that's the plant operators, we have a bunch of intermediates. And that's making it difficult because the picture of whom we are interacting with gets blurry. That causes us to not really have high potential on brand awareness. Clients do not know ARI that well, only if it's too late. They don't really get direct feedback from the installed side to improve their products and to invent new products for that market. And last but not least, they can't utilize that channel for additional sales like services, additional product, and so on. The solution may sound familiar, a white label installed management solution that basically is a SaaS solution, plugs into the client portal where the client is managing their installed base. That means the initialization, like when installing the machine, is not done by only scanning the QR codes, but the supplier can already pre-provision that in the client portal. So together with the supplying of the machine, if something is already there, they can start from somewhere. How does it look like? It could be something like an web application plugs into the existing portal. You see the frame that is already in place by Ari, where you have order tracking, replacement tracking, and so on, but you don't see your installed base. That is what the SaaS solution is plugging in, allowing them to enter their part, the plants, the components. They will see a life cycle of the items, so they also have better visibility of how reliable the items are. They have direct feedback on which valves tend to break earlier, because typically that's not the indication of the quality of the valve, but it's an indication that there might be something sized in the wrong way in the machinery. Therefore, diagnosing from the symptoms, instead of just going by sales records saying we bought 12 new valves, we know then exactly on which machines these valves have been replaced. Lifecycle management, but also adding additional services, like for some parts, convincing the client to agree on maintenance contracts or even parts as a service. So take the pressure away of saying, you care for the spare parts, you care for the maintenance. Ari can take over responsibility here. How do we convince Ari's customers to get the data into the system? Because that's the hardest part. We've heard QR scanning is one option, but the QR code is already published by Ari. So on all these parts, the QR code is on. However, user adoption is the problem. Therefore, our solution is enabling 3 pillars on that. Of course, it's a new USP that Ari can take in the sales pitches, saying that's a new service allowing you to manage your installed base with all the Ari products in there. But you can also use the app to just inventory the machine by just scanning the QR codes. And as a side effect, we plan to establish an Ari Care benefits program, incentivizing the customers for scanning the machines, getting the parts in, by, for example, giving discount on replacement parts, by offering some additional services like this year pretty famous energy screening to prevent some inefficient machinery data. We estimate that based on the Ari case, there is a 1.5 billion market just from Ari in Germany. Out of that, 15% is being owned by Ari, and the risk is that this margin can change plus or minus 3%, for a 45 million euro at risk. Therefore, we believe out of this 45 million, we can charge 10 grand at least a year for this service to offer this plug-in solution. That's only 0.2%, yielding a total value of at least 10 million euro in Germany. Thanks to the great team, we took the word hackathon very serious because the solution is there. Proud to present today working prototype. Feel free to scan the QR code. Go to enigmaze.de. Typically, the typing should be correct here. And of course, thanks to the team, please stand up. We're all here to answer questions. That's basically what you're gonna see. The thing is, it's real. So don't worry, you're all working on the same client base now. Whenever you change some data, you will see it also changing on other screens. So don't be surprised if some data changes. It's real, it's not vaporware. That means our next step is really signing letter of intents, getting people used to that system, trusting in us, setting up the solution, and with an offensive timescale, in the next few months, we're gonna get it production.
Thank you. Do you have questions?
So I see we have a growth hack battle here. So QR code on one hand side, and on the other side sneaking in by the use of My Ari. Did I get it right that you used the current version of My Ari you hacked in? So somebody needs a pen test here, maybe, and you just enhance the data that's already filled in My Ari. Was a bit too fast for me.
The good thing is we don't hack it. we augment it. So basically, our service is an add-on that's mirrored into the front end. So that means Ari is still responsible for the whole frame around that, my orders, my replacement, my whatsoever. But like also other customers, they can easily plug that solution into their portal, don't owning the code, don't owning responsibility for data maintenance and so on, just integrate the front end and their clients are happy.
Maybe that question is a little bit mean, but you have seen the presentation of the ARI team #1, and where do you see the biggest differences between your two approaches?
Our solution is there. What more can I say? So pretty much that's basically the proof of the cake is the eating. So I believe that we know that the QR code is already in the valves, so the people could scan it, but they don't do it. So we have to offer them something. And what Ari can give away now is by having this tool deployed to them, Ari, convert their user base into that system, getting them acquainted to using this digital channel to interact with them. Like also not eating other people's cakes, that's very important to us. We want to sell additional services. Really saying, you want to have a maintenance service on that, or we want to do energy screening really to help out and sell more instead of taking away.
Okay, making the cake bigger is always better, so I think it's going to be a hard nut to crack for the Ari team here. Good luck with that.
Thank you, the biggest one. #1.
Would you waste water if your friend is thirsty? No, you wouldn't. We have a big problem with our energy. On the one hand, we have too much. On the other hand, we have a deficit. Prices are incredibly high. Self-produced energy is wasting to sell it. Higher prices are predicted. What can we do to survive with our facilitators?
He saved me. He saved me with renewable energy. Our startup, eCircle, that's where we kick in. We will provide a management data platform for the energy management.
Our solution is easy.
Exactly. We will connect one company with all their facilities. We will make you use your own green energy supplies.
We use the local network infrastructure and connect the storage at the facilities. The access of one location is the gain of the other.
Exactly, and it's super easy. It's not only for one location, it can be for multiple ones. Imagine, one is full of data, full of storage, and the other ones are lacking. We need renewable energies. This is where eCircle kicks in.
Let us clarify that. On the one hand, you're selling your self-produced energy for a low price. At the other location, you're buying incredibly high prices for the energy.
So, but this is where we kick in. Imagine you put all the energy, which you have of excess of renewable, inside the local network. What we do now is you can, at the different location, get your own energy. The only price you need to pay now is 20% inside the network. So 20% of your energy stay inside of that. This equals amount of 800 euros. So beforehand, before we came in, you paid over 3,000 euros. Now you save this amount of money with our solution.
And we offer you the opportunity to save 72% of your energy costs for renewable energies.
Yeah. And this is what we offer.
We're offering a software solution which you make your management of energy visible, and you can increase your processes.
And we even have our first customer. We're gonna kick out our idea with Ballhof. We're gonna start here, and this is our journey. Let us now deep dive into the business case.
Our pricing model is so that we offer a yearly base fee for our customers. Moreover, on the monthly flexible rate, we're getting some more money.
Exactly. And even for next year, in the first quarter, we're gonna have our MVP. We're gonna start. But let's also look into the future, right?
I would like to remind you on the energy crisis. Do you remember any rain in this summer? Are you afraid of freezing in winter?
I am afraid of freezing this winter, but I'm not afraid with our solution, as we will manage the energy on a smart way, as we will provide the perfect solution.
Exactly that. Let us manage this problem together.
Let us not stay only here. Let us go for the future.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. I don't want to freeze in the winter time, so please I drop by and get your number. First question concerning the virtual network you're trying to build. I didn't see any grid provider in the presentation.
Yeah, we would love to show you our backup. Actually, but you may start explaining about the blockchain. I know, I mean, it's easy solution, don't be worried.
So you're asking for a software solution for this problem, right?
No, I'm asking for the grid provider because he needs to be okay with all your moving of the currents and the amount of energy you're saving, and then you're giving away again. So what's the solution there?
Yeah, there's the same solution right at the moment. It's a project with a different company who are managing this project that the energy is on a stable level. We would like to get in touch with them and manage this with a new way to think about it. So we want to manage it in between the company so that we can share the energy with us.
So the product itself is basically a virtual network of energy, and you get all the money.
Not that easy. No, don't worry. So basically, I would love to show you our backup, but it currently disappeared. So maybe you can see it on here. So here we explained it, right? So basically, this is the situation beforehand. And now our idea is the software, which we offer to the companies, they can buy it from us, right? They get a monthly license fee, and this is built on a blockchain basis. So what is happening now is that we leave the energy we produce inside the network. So there's no transaction fees. Wait, let me continue. And so the end is your own intern company, right, on a different location gets the data, the storage. Okay.
So it's like on my scalable depot, the 3,000 euros somewhere in the blockchain and away.
Which money are you referring to?
The left-hand side, 3,900 euro cost for the energy beforehand, and and right now on the right-hand side, somebody is making 3,000 euros less.
I can also go for it. So basically, we're not making any money in the terms of energy. The 20% which are in the network are for the network. This is what every one of us needs to pay if we want to use our energy, right? So this is on the rules. We needed to figure that out for ourselves as well. But like the money we are making, our business case is just based on our pricing model. So just on those rates.
So as far as I understood, this solution is also making it attractive for companies to insert their surplus energy into a network, because they know they can get it back later on. What's the technical infrastructure solution that you are thinking about to ease this and to make it attractive for many companies and not just the larger ones?
The attractive thing, maybe you can change to the site.
Which one?
One more. Okay, here. The business cases, now they are leaving a lot of money on the streets because they are selling their energy to a third party and buying the same energy from a third party back. And our case is that the third party isn't there. We are the manager of the energy and are connecting with the 4 big network companies. And we have to pay, or the customer have to pay at the end, just this small taxes, and then that is the Mehrwert. Sorry.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay, thank you, sir. The time is up, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Dankeschön. Ups. Ah. So, what does the Böllhoff Challenge has in common with the game Tetris? Maybe you know think. Huh? Well, Patrick, you will give us the answer soon, but before, I will explain you the challenge. The electricity prices are exploding. Last year, they have doubled. And the stability of the electrical grid is not safe, just like the political situation. Therefore, many companies decided to produce their own green energy by using solar panels. But there we have a problem. As we can see outside, the sun is not always shining, right? And if you produce less energy than you need, you have to pay the market price, which is 6 times higher. In the perfect factory, there the energy consumption always matches the energy production. They are in balance. And Patrick, tell us our solution, how we can reach this.
Our solution is a smart energy management system. So we make forecasts for energy production and energy consumption. So we know in advance when there will be a shortage for energy. And we do that using artificial intelligence. Not this one, better not, but rather this one. How does it work? I will show you now our Tetris AI that takes this information into account. So basically, imagine these incoming blocks are coming expenditures and tasks that use some energy. And what the AI does, it schedules them in real time, perfectly, taking into account a lot of different tasks and deadlines set by clients. And our team coded a lot that weekend. We wrote about 500 lines of code to make it happen. So let's imagine, how does it look like in practice? Let's say I'm a forklift driver at Böllhoff, and I want to know, when should I charge my forklift? The cool thing is, you just get a push notification via SMS, so all the magic is happening in the background. You just get the information what to do, when to do it, and where to do it, and that's it. Here you have real consumption data of Böllhoff. And you see on the right what the Tetris AI does. It is able to smooth consumption and production together. The idea is that we have one system that enables us to manage production, saving of energy, and expenditure of energy. And this leads to big benefits for our customers. First, you save 15% of your electricity bill. Second, you save 380 tons of CO2 per year. And third, you are independent from market conditions and events that change the market. And this is the result of good teamwork. So you can see here our energy manager, Sebastian, our programmer, Jan, our project manager, Beate, our sales manager, Mike, and me as a forklift driver and a mathematician doing the pitch. Let's unleash the potential of renewable energies.
Thank you very much. So as far as I understood the solution, it's about balancing out the energy production and also the energy consumption. Did you think about, or did you include also periods where the total energy is exceeding the amount that could be consumed within that plant or location?
That's a good question. So what you want to typically avoid are periods where you have too much energy and you have to sell it to the public electricity because you don't get that much money for it. So the idea is to schedule all things in a perfect way so that you can use as much energy as possible for the production. So this is like the optimization that the AI does in real time.
Do you have an idea where to start in the Böller facility? Where you showed us the data from? Like, is it really a forklift or is it a machine? What consumers of electricity are the starting point of your solution?
So the forklift, there are about like 20 or 25 forklifts. So they use a lot of energy. About 4 hours they have to get loaded. So there is potential for optimization. And there are, for example, you can also think about how much energy you need for cooling servers and so on. So these are points where you can start. And of course, you want to take into account as much different energy expenditures as possible. And the AI has more and more potential to save you costs.
Okay. And what are the 500 lines of code actually doing right now?
So first, we have started working on the prototype. To make a finished prototype, we need some more information. For example, we need deadlines. So when does a client expect to get his work done and so on? We need to take the weather forecast into account. We need to take account we use some API to get some information from current systems. And for this, we need some more time and some more input. But I think in some weeks, this could be a working solution already. So, okay, then thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Stay tuned. After the 10-minute break that we're going to have right now, there are going to be a few more other amazing teams presenting their solutions. Help yourself to some drinks there at the fridge. The toilet is downstairs. See you back at 10 past. Thank you very much. See you. All right, cool. The people in the back, can you please have a seat? Psst. All right, let's go, let's get started. Guys, at the door, we're just waiting for you. Sit down. Thank you so much. All right, who's excited for the next round of pitches? Come on. Okay. I think we need a little bit of energy. Could you all stand up just for a second, please? Now we have to work. Oh my God. Okay. So, in order to get warmed up for the next sprint of pitches, I want you to run as fast as possible at your place. Give me 10 seconds of sprinting. All right, give me 3 claps. Perfect. Give me 5 claps. Give me a who's on fire? I'm on fire. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Next round of pitches. Big applause for team number 1 von Potter and Potthoff.
Werther, we have a problem. The mothership has a problem. The mothership, in this case, being PMP, our client. So what is the problem? Well, initially, there is no culture of sharing, and it has yet to be established, and then it has to be maintained, and that is extremely challenging. So we have cases of knowledge hogging, where knowledge is lost. We have cases of invincibility, where people think if I share what I have no power. And of course, we also have fear. The fear of not being important and not being unique for a company. So, no sharing, no acceptance, and no culture. Werther, we also have a solution. The solution, one back. So the solution is simple. You need a concept where culture, communication, and sharing is a given. It's very natural to want to talk to your colleagues, to tell them what you can do, and to pass on information that will be lost if it stays implicit. This is paper. Let me introduce you to paper. Not just a product, not just a person, but a mindset. So the solution, as a process. Initially, we need to create a communication culture. It's all about the sharing, and it needs time, and it needs to be positioned well. So what do we do, first of all? Well, inclusion. Invite inclusion, achieve acceleration, and keep it simple. Don't make it too complicated. In order to make implicit information accessible and forever. So how do we invite inclusion? Well, it means creating a culture where everyone has easy access to the information. And acceleration needs to be achieved by identifying key users, motivated individuals in the companies across all the sites that say, I want to share, and I want to meet people that want to share as well. These are experts. And simplicity means achieving a low threshold of communication, making it very simple to want to talk to one another. And from experience, that is not happening at the moment. This is the paper app, the product, the prototype. So basically, you have a very simple interface where you have a video feature that allows you to go up to somebody in the production site, in the admin, back office, whatever, and say, hey, can I take a video of you doing your thing? Can I upload it? Can I share it with a company? Can I make sure that your knowledge is not lost? If the person is shy or doesn't fancy being on video, then you might say, I'll just take your hands and the information, we'll transcribe it and translate it. So across all the sites, Hungary, France, Germany, global, everybody gets to understand what knowledge has been shared. And those oldies who are heading off into their retirement will feel like their information contributes to the next generation. So the sky is the limit when it comes to sharing. At the moment, there is nothing, so starting from nothing means we can do everything. Okay, 2 seconds, go back once. So we promised simplicity, and that's exactly it. That we're not app designers or makers. We would take something which is very simple to use and then just offer it out there and play it into something else. So it's like an interface that would connect to a universe. A universe as a platform and a database for all of the information that is fed in using a very simple app. It's kept there, stored there, but also when you have people there lured in because curiosity killed the cat, they'll stay there, look around. What else does my universe tell me? Oh, there's training opportunities, or there's news, or the management has something they want to tell me. Okay, I'll stick around and I'll have a look. It's a very simple thing to have an intranet. Lots of companies do. Most companies just don't know how to roll out the concept of looking at it. Okay, so you're probably asking yourself why we've hooked onto this idea of space and astronauts. We know that P&P also services the space industry, so we had a bit of fun with it and decided to work on this approach as an astronaut. Okay, so price model, business plan, expected costs, and so forth. We're not the experts on this, but we have a couple of maths that we did, right? And Yannis out there, I'm not going to ask you to perform right now, but we know that we can get a license fee, we can multiply this, number of users, and then scale it naturally. So, Werther, we have liftoff, if it so be. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jessica. So I have several questions, so I'm quick now.
Okay.
So how do you motivate people bringing their content and their knowledge into the system?
Initially, you have to start from the top. We think a top-down approach from the Werther site with the management, with the staff who are motivated. There are always social media-affine people in businesses. When you've identified those key users, you make them admins and you allow them to go out and try the app.
Okay, so my follow-up question is, I'm wondering about things like quality control or updating information because information is changing very quickly. How do you have any thoughts about that?
We did think about that. We thought of a Snapchat kind of approach where you would look at the video once on your app and then it would disappear after you've looked at it once and go straight into the universe.
So I cannot see a video more than once?
You can if you go onto the portal, which is where all the knowledge is. So it's a kind of way to tease and to lure into that platform.
Okay, so my last question, because you might also have questions. How do you deal with multiple languages?
Right now, we talked about Hungary and France, and of course German and English. There would be a plugin which would allow for translations to happen from transcriptions. So first transcription of the spoken, and then translation, and then obviously there as well, it's easy just to add languages.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just one last question, Jessica. How do you know where the most valuable piece of information of an employee is? If he's not willing to share this, the whole idea of PP is a bit broken.
So we know that 80% or roughly 80% of the staff are production workers, right, who've probably never been asked before. Has anybody ever gone up to a production staff member and said at the machine, hey, what are you doing? They've probably never been asked. So I think the initial interest will already trigger some kind of conversation. And from dialogue, you always extract something.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
When I click, I start. Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. My name is Christian, and I'm telling you now what Champion is. Do you know that manufacturing companies are only earning money when they are doing the products, right? So when the production is stopping, they cannot make money. So the question is now, when it comes down that the production is stopping, these guys, our workers, which are showing here in these pictures, yeah, they mostly know why the production is not running, and not this knowledge management systems. These are platforms which are out there already since over 40 years, but those platforms just don't speak their language. So just imagine, if we are able to lower the downtime, for example, at one production line, which costs us 14,000 euro per hour, yeah, we have a great benefit. We are tackling this problem with that.
Testing. Hi, my name is Eduardo, and I work every day with my Trump C21 machine. And last night there was a software update that completely broke it. Well, what can I do? I'll start my day checking in on my Champion app. So the app asks me, what is the challenge that you're facing today? And then I say, I was working on my Trump C21 and it broke. And it shows me things that people already, issues that people already gone through. And I tap this challenge and I see, oh, Piotr in Warsaw, he already had this. And this text is put there for me. And I can see a video that he recorded, because the next question that I'm asked is, how did you solve it? So, this is Champion. And now I'm doing my daily check-in meetings here, saving time and having answers to my work problems. I'm not doing any extra effort to share anything, and what I say is transcribed and fed into the knowledge database. I can access other documents and gain points to be rewarded by my company, gain company prizes, and I'm happy my colleagues, they see me as their leader. Champion connects plants in different locations. They don't speak to each other. It enables these guys to collaborate. We're sharing your knowledge without typing in a way that's integrated in our work life and getting influence. Isn't that cool? We're sharing your knowledge without typing in a way that's integrated to our work life. We're connecting and learning from each other. From people who have done the legwork before. So Champion is accessible. It's even on the shop floor. It's AI tagging content and delivering it to the right people. And it's social.
So let's take a look what makes us unique. At the moment, the competition is not offering a solution which is going down to the workshop. Yeah? So the persons cannot access this information, and we want to enable that. So let's take a look at our market. As we can see, just in Germany, we have around 15 million users. Yeah? If we are taking a look of the companies where it's possible to implement, yeah, we are down to 8 million, so we can focus now, because some of them already have a management system, focus on 4 million people. With our pay-per-use model, yeah, we could potentially, at the end, yeah, seeing the flag at 10 million per month of revenue. So that is our team we want to do. It's like Jan, our mechanical engineer, that is Eduardo, he's doing the UX, we have Chan, with the software engineer, and I'm the manager. And we are now looking for some funding, because we want to finish our product, implement it at Potov, so that we can have it running in the whole industry. The next steps would be expand to other use cases like retail or law, yeah, and at the end, making smart data even smarter with the AI. Thank you, that's us, Champion.
Thank you very much. So I really like that you are pretty close to social media behaviors and social media look and feel and all this. My question is, who's taking care about the metadata to make the search more powerful?
You mean if it's our client or if it's us?
So within the company, so you share a video, share knowledge.
Right.
And I am wondering how can people find solutions, find them quickly,
Yes.
and see really relevant content and not just lots of content involving that keyword.
Right. So because we will offer the software not only to Pop and Pothoff, but to other companies, and because of machine learning, we will every week and every month we'll build our algorithm to be smarter into filtering the information, the metadata from the videos.
If I can add something there as well, it's we are tagging the information which are getting inputted. Every information gets a tag. For example, different fields, mechanic, electricity, steel, hydrogen, whatsoever, and also the people are tagged. Yeah? And that's how, at the end, the right information gets addressed to the right people. You can search for it, or even though, on the other hand, you can push information.
How many people do you need to clean the information that's going into the system? So parts of quality management, if you, the worker, you put something in there, how do you manage that the content is actually good content?
What we shouldn't forget is that, for example, the company Pop and Pothoff has a lot of hard fact information, which means they have an FMEA, they have documentation about a machine street, yeah, how is it produced, what is inside the machine street, pictures and stuff. So that's in the first step, more or less, put it together, the hard facts, and make it accessible for everybody and tag this information. And how to do it, of course, it is some work to do, and it depends on how many information is out.
Okay, last question. We saw a lot of front end. Is there any back end already?
It's a working prototype without backend.
Okay. What have you used to build it? How have you built it?
We used Protopy. It's a no-code platform. That we can also use backend for that.
Actually, we have one question for you. Will you buy it for Stockmeier?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about it. So please implement it at Pop and Pothoff. Pop takes all the risks, and we
Very
take
good.
the fruits.
Thank you so much. Big applause. So they already have 2 customers. Great. Next up is team number 1 from Phoenix Contact.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Wieland. And with Match.ai, we empower companies to hire the right people for the right role. This year, this is Bernd. He works as the Director of Claim Management at the Capitol Insurance. And you could probably argue to some extent that he is not quite well fitted for this role. And what is actually super entertaining in the context of this TV series is actually a tremendous business problem. It is estimated that every 3rd hiring is a bad hire, simply due to a mismatch of the applicant and the role. This creates a damage of 100 billion euro only in Germany every year. And the problem will only continue to get worse due to the demographic change and the war for talents. We equip companies with a sharp sword in this war for talents, namely our AI algorithm that matches already existing data, such as LinkedIn profiles, CV data, extract skills from this data, for example, skills, talents, and interests, and matches those with job descriptions. And you may think now, we got some technical, all right, that this is science fiction, but this is actually our working MVP. This is not a mock-up, this is working code. This is our code in the Phoenix Contact job portal. And right now, we are searching for a lawyer role, and we uploaded a PDF CV file. And what happens now is that our algorithm runs through the CV file and extracts skills, interests, and talents from the applicant. And the great thing about this is that this is a self-learning solution. So the algorithm gets better and better every time. What you see here is the result for this search. And you see on the right-hand side that we extracted a skill profile based on the CV. And this skill profile is then matched with vacant roles from Phoenix Contact. And what's super interesting is that we search for a lawyer role, but lawyer is actually not the best fit. So it's somewhere in the upper range, but it's not the best fit. So potentially our algorithm discovered personalities and skills of the person that he did not even know and find a great job. But not only did we build this technically, we also validated our product with big companies, and they told us that such a solution is wanted and needed. We have as a USP that we use a skill and talent-based matching, and the best thing about this is that it's super easy to integrate because everything is already there. You don't need to do some sort of self-assessment on websites because no one wants to do that anyway, right? And this is the best thing. Everything is already there. With a monthly fee of 1,000 euros and a success fee of 2,800 euros, we provide a 10x ROI for our customers. Our next steps will involve improving our MVP together with Phoenix Contact and keep on validating to build the next unicorn. And we are a great team for that because we bring a diverse background from business to computer science to HR. And now there's only one thing left to do: get your perfect matching job at Phoenix Contact. And by the way, so you can try the software out, but by the way, please don't do it all at the same time because the servers we have are really shitty, so you're gonna break them. But if you wanna try out, upload your own CV, you can do this with this QR code.
Thank you very much. So I really liked the relevance of the topic because, well, mismatches are part of my business too. Question: you get the information from social media, so also LinkedIn is social media for me and from Xing. How do you differentiate between people that are actively looking for a job and people that you just find there, but they are happy in the job that they have already?
Yeah, great question. So the idea is not to scrape the web for this kind of data, but to integrate the solution into existing job portals, for example, at Phoenix Contact. So people who are already on this site can then look for matching jobs. But it's not that we build some sort of platform where everyone can find their perfect building job. And this actually increases the conversion rate for people on the website. So basically, it's the case that only very, very limited people actually apply to jobs when they're on this job description website. And when you get to showcase jobs that maybe match as well or match even better than the job you were looking for, you get more people into the funnel.
Okay, thank you. So just another question. Are you just working with the CV at LinkedIn on Xing, or are you using other information too?
Okay, so the big vision is to use this on internal data as well. So for example, if a project, Phoenix Contact want to do a project, and they are looking internally for a talent to do this. So maybe there is the possibility to use internal data from the workers. But right now, so it's CV, LinkedIn, Xing, so on.
So this means if I'm not on LinkedIn, I have not the same opportunities and chances that another person has?
Yes, no, you can just upload your CV. So maybe you can show this again. So the interface. So basically, there was the opportunity to either hack in LinkedIn, your LinkedIn, or to upload the CV.
Yeah, LinkedIn is only a source for text. Like what the algorithm does is using named entity recognition of text to extract skills and talents. So our aim is to have it completely unbiased. So anybody who can provide any form of text about himself or herself can then use our service and find positions that may be better matching, better suited for them. And yeah, this is how we try to eliminate as much bias as possible. Even for example, the gender bias where people maybe do not even think about jobs because it's not like validated in society. So because we only extract skills and no personal information like gender, age or something, we really try to look for skills that fit only the skill set and the interests of the person.
Thank you.
Okay, one last question concerning the critical threshold of the number of jobs you need on the platform to offer value to the user. So is it like 100 open jobs I would have had to scan beforehand before I could use your tool?
So basically, right now we have a huge database of jobs behind this, but generally speaking, the target customer is not a small company who only has limited jobs. So I don't know how many vacant roles there were at Phoenix Context, a couple of thousand. So this is something you need to have a lot of jobs open, and you need to be in the business of employing a lot of people.
Okay, and the last question concerning the network of job portals. Do they have an incentive to make your tool a feature? So I'm going on Stepstone and I'm just putting my CV there and all my interests, and it shows me the jobs I want to have, maybe not at Phoenix Contact, but somewhere else in OWL.
So what we need to consider is that we don't scare away our other customers, because right now our target customer is the job portal from these companies, and when we sell the same technology to marketplaces, which then rank these kind of jobs differently, so this is kind of what we need to figure out, but technically it's definitely possible.
And if I may add to that, job portals like LinkedIn or like Xing or Stepstone don't really have the same incentives as we do, because the data we provide to the company also includes a skill set and an overview of that. So what we aim at is obtaining a higher employee retention. And obviously people who want to stay at the company but maybe switch position don't go onto job portals, so it's bad for their business if they do something like this. So what we try is to have the people stay in the company, be more happy with their job by analyzing the process to find even jobs inside the company where there is way less competition than Stepstone and stuff.
Julius, how many jobs do you have open right now?
I think about 50, and the variant is pretty high. So we are hiring from legal clerk to lorry driver, but I'd say with an open job list of 250 and more, and a huge diversity, then your tool kicks in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So, hi, my name is Sebastian from Applicator, and we make finding your new job as easy as shopping at Amazon. So currently we see that there's a high change in the job market. So we have nearly 900,000 open positions, which is an increase of 80% just like the last year. So companies are really taking a lot of money to taking the newest talents. So they're attending different job fairs, sponsoring sport events, creating podcasts, or I even heard that some are providing challenges at some kind of hacks. So, but after those companies have convinced you that they are the right for you, most of them said, yeah, and now go to your career page and find the right job. And then the pain is starting. So you basically see that career page looks like in the 80s. So you have some kind of search firms where you don't know exactly what you type in. You have generic job descriptions and also some kind of high-level information what should be done in the job. So, and even one of our challengers here just want that you apply just per mail and not online. So we have looked how we can do that better, and we have started by data-driven approach. So basically, we have analyzed this data and looked what's inside the job description and generate, like the other team, like skills out of that. So soft skills and hard skills, and we use that to provide some kind of matching of providing different similar jobs. This is the foundation for our first prototype of our AI skill matching algorithm, where you basically can type in your skills, you just say how important you find them, and you get your perfect job, hopefully at Phoenix Contact. However, by doing that, we have also discovered some problems. So for example, these are just generic job descriptions. So if the job description is the same, you will also get the same results even when the job is different. Or also that it's currently like this jobs are unweighted. Like you have the problem that some skills are really important, but other are not so important, but they are weighted the same in the current job offerings. So by solving that, we have proposed a new type of job application process. So basically, you start the website, then you gather some kind of data that could be of LinkedIn, of a CV, that could be also by manually typing that in. And then our algorithm analyzes that and matches that to jobs, and then looks what additional information we need from you. And then out of that, we generate questions. For example, are you interested in the digital transformation? Do you know any programming language? And by doing that, we learn about the customer, the potential employee. And basically, after that, we somehow recommend jobs that are possible. And he not chooses one of those jobs, but he chooses more of them and put it in his job basket, like it's Amazon, where you don't know what you want to do, but you collect them and just go to the checkout process, leave your contact data, maybe a CV, and then the HR in the future will contact you to get your perfect job by discussing that with you. So we have also an underlying business model which works for different sizes of companies. So we have a free version to get in touch with us. We have some kind of startup version which is more about process digitalization and is charged by actually a number of applicants which go through the process. And we have even a higher individual amount which we can, based on the integration into the existing HR system, and also charge by looking really how we increase the conversion rate of the site. So as a company, you just pay money when you really get new applications. So, but how is the market for that? So we see that more than 5 million job applications are done last year. And with such solution, you can increase those type of applications online by over 300%. So for that, you can even see how that looks in a company like Phoenix Contact. So then we skip to last. Yeah, now it's broken. It doesn't go back. So if you're searching for a new job, please try out our prototype for Phoenix Contact, and for the other companies, if you are also interested in working with us, please write us a mail.
So am I getting this right? You have a prototype?
What?
Is there a real prototype?
Yeah, this is like the one you saw, like this mock, not the mock-up, but this one you saw on the, no, like where this the skill-based matching, the one which doesn't look that good, this one. This you can try out to find your job.
Okay, thank you.
So, if you're also interested.
Yeah, maybe. I know some nice people there. Other questions. So you identify generic job descriptions as a challenge. Maybe I missed that point, but how do you deal with bad job descriptions, generic descriptions, and all that?
So this is basically something which cannot be 100% automated. So at this point, also the company will come into place and need to somehow improve their job description. So you can provide some kind of assistance systems which really said, here you need to go to in more detail. This is also what some other companies are providing, but it's it's like that. If you are, as an HR employer, just copying your text, then changing 2 words, and then putting it back in the database, so I think there is no chance to how completely like divide those jobs. And I think this is also the problem that a lot of people have here. So you just go to the job sites, and then you see, I could apply for that, or for that, but you don't want to apply like 3 times.
But you could do it the other way around and also do a questionnaire for people and not writing these super large job descriptions, but bringing them to answer questions, to building up that profile behind the job.
Yeah, that could be also an option, that we're using this kind of generating question also the other way around.
Thanks.
Yeah, I also think that would improve the value of the platform really much. One question concerning the mentor or Phoenix contact person you mentioned that only takes applications via email. Would you
one other company.
It was another. Okay, it was another company. I wanted to ask if that person would feel comfortable with discussing different job descriptions with applicants, because I think that's also some kind of cultural change in the HR departments. How do you tackle that? Are they?
You want to hear a fear fact?
Okay.
A fun fact?
Please.
I've looked up at your company and you doing the same. There is also that you please send it to HR.
Shame on me. That's your point. Point taken.
So maybe we should also discuss about the solution in the future.
Thank you very much.
Danke, good job.
Thank you. So then.
Hi guys, I'm Kolja, and we are FlashSite, enabling the seamless execution of construction site management. Think about the Berlin airport. What went wrong? We were able to figure out the 3 major problems construction site companies face in construction site management. So we have communication, tracking tasks, and keeping overview. In this presentation, we want to focus on communication. But why is this a problem? You need to imagine that we have more than 25 subcontractors on every construction site. And keeping track of them is really hard. So we did our studies, and also Goldbeck proved it to us. There are 5% additional costs on every construction site due to miscommunication. But how are we solving this? Well, we developed visual task tracking. Visual task tracking is keeping track of tasks, but through images and pictures directly being uploaded by subcontractors. Actually, FlashSite is a 2-sided solution. So behind me, you can see the view from the subcontractor that he will get right when he enters the construction site. What he can do is, he can see his current task, he can upload an image to say, hey, I'm done with my task, or he can ask for more time. The construction site manager, on the other hand, will see when a picture gets uploaded and submitted. He can click on it, and he can say, okay, nice work, you are done, or he can say, we need to reschedule. And when he's done that, it will automatically use this picture in his schedule and update his schedule. So, with this idea, we are operating in a $1.8 trillion construction market, with 3.2 billion US dollars only in Germany, which are lost revenue due to miscommunication, and this every single year. But how do we make money? Well, this is pretty simple because we have a software as a service pricing, so we take $10,000 per construction site and $100 a month per construction site manager. Let's make it more clear. Use Goldbeck as an example. Goldbeck makes $6 billion in revenue. We said 5% additional cost due to misunderstanding, so they're losing $300 million per year. If they apply FlashSite to their whole company, they need to pay us $5.5 million a year. So we are only taking 2% of the value we create. But for us, this means we generate $5.5 million in revenue every year with just one single customer. So much more to expand. But while our
competition is only focusing on the view of the subcontractors or are just focusing on how they can manage tasks, we and Flashsite are built for construction companies and focus on the communication between the subcontractors and the construction site manager, which is not tackled by any kind of similar solution right now. This behind me is our team, and we have all the necessary skills and experience we need for this job. We have also testimonials from industry experts who prove that this problem is a real one. We have the department manager from Goldbeck who says that miscommunication is a huge problem and there's no right solution yet. And we have also a TGA construction site manager who told us the same thing. There's so much problems due to this problem. So what do we ask? We need 50,000 in funding to start our MVP and bring it to the market, and also the letter of intent from Goldbeck so that we see there's a kind of interest to apply these solutions to the site. I want to say thank you very much. You can visit our product demo under goldbeck.versal.app if you're interested, and I hope you are. And let's construct our future together. Thank you.
Where do you position yourself between project management tools like Monday and Asana and building information management tools that are also on the market? Where is your spot in between?
Actually, we're more a competitor to like something like Teams or WhatsApp, I would say, than to Asana right now, because with our idea, it's more to make the communication clean, and you could think of an API to something like Asana, or Monday.com, who could use our data from the communication. But actually, we would like to integrate the feature of a Monday.com later on in our own product to say, okay, we can use this data we get from the subcontractors right in our timeline, make a flow chart, make different construction sites visible, so you don't need Monday.com anymore. But I think our big USP, if you want to say so, would be that we have the data the subcontractor is willing to give the construction site manager with Monday.com. Asana doesn't have, and that's the problem.
And don't have building information management systems the same problem? So I think there's one in the region, Build One from Schüco. How do you position yourself in mirror to them?
So the most I would say similar solutions we saw only use pictures or chats to document data, but not to communicate directly and not to integrate this communication in the task management. And I think that's our unique USP. And we also check back with Goldbeck, and they say, the solution must be so easy that a subcontractor would use it. So also a normal craftsman could use it on site, but it's also needs to get as much information as possible, and we think that this is the right API between these two parts.
So last year we had some construction work at home, so I learned that the definition of done is different. So people tell me, and they could send me a picture and say, okay, that's done, and me as a customer am saying, so that's definitely not done. Where is the quality control and who does it?
Yeah, of course. So we're not talking about private construction site, obviously.
Yeah, but it's also the same as a larger scale.
Yeah, of course. So on larger scale, it's always the construction site manager who needs to say, okay, this wall is fine as it is. And what we thought we could do was that if you have single task, today you need to go to every Steckdose, and say, yeah, this was good work, and we think that the broader tasks who don't need to be assessed in every detail can be done via photo, and that they just get the information, okay, they say they are finished, and that's why you still can tell, or you can still say, yeah, I need to review that, I will go downstairs to the construction site, because you can't say the subcontractor will do this and I will trust them. This is not possible. But we also thought about something, and we have a backup slide about AI image analysis, which would be or which could find the huge problems if some big flaws are made, and therefore would solve this a little bit, but you can't we can't solve this 100%. For little things, there will also always be one person who needs to look at this, even, or especially when the photos are not really good made, or from bad view. So, but you need to get this incentive and make or get the subcontractors to do that.
You fine, Swansea?
Yes.
Okay. Last question. Subcontractors are very scarce these days, and how do you incentivize subcontractors to use the platform? Is it easy to use? Is it fun to work with? What's your gimmick to them?
Actually, we have it's two-sided, I would say again, because it's easy to use. Like we say, you have just when you enter the construction site, you always log in, I would say, with your card, and this will also enable your app. So you say your task today, you can see them instantly. You can easily upload a picture by 2 clicks. And also we check back with Goldback and say, how do we get somebody to use it? It's first the usability, so it must be as easy as possible so everyone can do it, even if he has no clue from any software. And the second point is that they also mentioned that you can define such things in the contracts you make with them. So basically, you would say, we use this platform. You need to use this to come on site and use it right there.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, now the last team is coming up.
Yo. All right. Let's hope that doesn't continue. We are borderless, and we are bringing borderless efficiency to the construction site. So large constructions constantly bust time and money budgets, and that leads to 13 billion euros in revenue lost per year in Germany alone. So on a large construction project, there are hundreds of people involved, and around 90% of them are subcontractors, and they need to be managed. And at that scale, this becomes really messy, really fast. So in the end, typically the construction manager ends up with chaotic emergency scheduling, difficult collaboration, and unreliable proofs of work. We solve this with project management designed for construction projects. But why not use already established solutions? They mainly focus on Kanban and methods like Agile and Scrum, and already existing construction management tools mostly copy these methods. But for a large construction project, there are thousands of tasks, and most of them are dependent on each other. So there are tasks that can be done in parallel, and some tasks need to wait on other tasks to be finished before they can start. And let's just say this task right here got delayed, and just imagine the pain of reorganizing every task that follows by hand, and how do we even know that we reorganized it optimally? And let's see how Borderless does that. All right, so I'm going to be Andreas, the construction manager, and I'm going to log into the Borderless, my Borderless profile, where I can see the projects I'm working on. And we are going to create a new project right now. We're going to create the Founders Foundation. We already filled this with data, and we also created a template with real data for an office building. So let's click there, and the project gets created. All right, so here's an example of a task overview I have, so I can see all the tasks and their dependencies. And by color, I can see the tasks the subcontractors already marked as done, for example, or where warnings are, or where problems occurred. And of course, I can add and edit these tasks. So let's just go there on this task right there and say, let's say this task got delayed, so I will stretch this out. And notice how the deadline changes. So for any task change here, the whole graph adjusts dynamically. And me as a construction manager, I always know if I'm on track. I also have an overview over all tasks where I can filter them by status and see for the tasks that were marked as done by the subcontractors, the images they uploaded. So all of this right now is available live at, let's wait a second, yeah, borderless.com, so feel free to check it out. And to sum it up, me as Andreas, I have effortless planning, and the subcontractors get clear tasks and deadlines, and in return, I get a good documentation with reliable proofs of work. In Germany, so I'm really happy right now, by the way. Yeah. In Germany alone, there are 5,000 large construction projects per year with a total volume of 150 billion euros. And in that space, 89% of the companies are currently heavily digitizing their processes, so there's a huge opportunity for us to help them with that. We have a license model where we charge per construction site based on construction volume, and for a typical construction site, that amounts to roughly 3,300 euros per month. Over the weekend, we had the opportunity to do 5 validation interviews, and we are happy to announce that Goldbeck is going to share or present this internally. And we are an awesome, motivated team with matching skill sets, and we want to make borderless the go-to solution and bring borderless efficiency into the European construction market. Thank you very much. Sorry for the fonts, by the way.
Totally cool pitch. Thank you very much. We just learned with the pitch of Flash side that it's a problem that has two sides. It is on one side it's a construction manager, and on the other side it's the subcontractors.
Yeah.
And how is the communication with the subcontractors facilitated right now? I didn't get it because it's the it made the impression on me that it's your tool is very, very much focused on the construction manager and not on the communication itself. Did I get that right?
So it is mainly focused on a construction manager because he has the most problems. So our biggest USP, so like documentation and task sharing, you can do this with Asana, right? You don't need like another project management tool. So our main USP is the whole dynamic rescheduling and always having your deadline on track. On one glance. You can still share the tasks with the subcontractors. How it's done, it's a link. No, I can go back. But you can check it out on borderless.com. There are the tasks, and if you click on them, there's the whole description of them, and you can share these tasks with the subcontractors with a link on the usual communication platform. So we don't want to change anything right now on the communication, how it's done already. It's mostly done via email. Of course, there's also optimization potential, but you share it with the link. They can add the pictures if they are done, and that's it. The subcontractors don't have to do more. Yeah.
So bottom line, you're saying that decentralization in construction work doesn't work, and it's all about risk mitigating and time boxing for the construction manager.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm saying we are not focusing on it. Okay. You can't focus on everything. Our focus is to make sure that the construction manager can react on changes in the tasks optimally, and the tasks, if they change, get also the link the subcontractors have gets updated. So they have some information, but we don't want to. We're not focusing on the task management for the subcontractor. They have their processes. We are focusing on the big picture of the project. Yeah.
Did Goldbeck hire you already because of your hoodie?
No.
Okay.
They gave us these. Yeah.
Another question. So when I saw these plans that you showed the delays and all this, but I think there is a huge amount of complexity in it, because normally then you can maybe postpone one thing, do one thing earlier than you planned, and all this. And who is adjusting these plans, or where did the intelligence come into to not just say, oh, it's 65 days later, and the intelligence saying, how can we rearrange?
Yeah. So rearranging this manually is a big pain because, like I showed, there's this graph with the whole dependencies and over 1,000 tasks. For a bigger project, there are maybe even 10,000 of tasks. And how the algorithm behind works, how the magic works is to add a task. First of all, there's the template, so you don't have to add. There are many templates, so you don't have to add like every of these 10,000 tasks manually. Most of them are based in templates. If you add a task, you can give the information of who's going to do the task, where on the construction site is should the task be done, and how long does it take. That's all. You don't give a starting date, and the algorithm only knows the starting date of the construction project and the deadline. These are the two important steps for a construction company. And everything in between, the algorithm figures out how the optimal critical path is. And it can be done with the duration of the task. We know the duration of the task. And we know the dependencies, so which tasks needs to be done in front of which other tasks, which tasks can be done in parallel. So you also, if you create a new task, if you would click next, you can, that's the plan, you can click on the dependencies, so that you only need the dependencies to sum it up, and the durations of the tasks, and then the algorithm does the magic for you. And it's all done dynamically.
Great, thanks.
Thank you very much. Wow, I'm super impressed, and I'm very curious who's going to win. Who's going to get 5,000 euros? Who's going to win the different challenges? That's what we're going to hear after the break. So at 20 past, we're going to come back for a very short ceremony to celebrate the winning teams. Thank you so much. See you in 10 minutes. Mikro haben? Ja? Okay. Can I ask the Miele corporate partner to come on stage, please? All right. Can you come on stage, please? Can you give me the awards? Der mal den Award. Jasmin, können wir alle Awards dahin stellen? Ah, okay. Ihr braucht eine Sekunde. Okay. Haben wir Zeit für eine Werbepause? Okay, do you all have who of you has a favorite? Who of you thinks he knows who's winning? Nobody? Yeah, okay. Scream out. Who's winning? Goldberg, okay. Any other ideas? Come on, scream it out. Phoenix Contact. Challenge is on. Okay. Let's see. So the jury is backstage preparing the final votes. I hope that the corporates have already decided. So can you please come on stage, Team Miele, and let us know how you decided. Who's the winning team of the Miele Challenge? Where are the Miele teams? Can you raise your hands? Okay, wow. Once they announce it, hurry up and run to the stage. All right? Cool. The floor is yours.
So thank you very much. Both of you teams, you did really good. But the winner is...
Happy Bits. So therefore we have decided it was very close.
Happy
really
Bits,
close.
come to the stage.
So
Stellt ihr euch in die Mitte. Okay. Hold it up. Smile to the camera. Why did you choose them?
So we are
really happy. Thank you very much. Why did you choose them?
Yeah, so it was a hard decision. We had two really good solutions. We were very proud of our teams, and really, again, a big thank you for taking part in here. It was really inspiring weekend for us. We got really inspiring ideas from you, and it was really a pleasure working together with you, seeing how the teams were developing. In the end, it was a very close decision, and we decided, because the degree of innovation was, from our perspective at Happy Bits, a bit higher than in the other solution. So therefore, this was our decision, and we also think about the next 10 years maybe, and we see the degree of innovation might rise still in the next 10 years, and therefore we decided for this solution.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, next up is Dr. Wolf. Can you come on stage, please? Thank you. So, was it a tough decision?
Yeah, very tough decision. I'm just waiting for the 3D printer to finish the knife to cut it into two pieces. But thanks very much to both groups. I think it was amazing to see what is possible within this, maybe not 40 hours, but 36 hours. It was close. We had a tough discussion as well. So we decided for Team 2. Congratulations.
Team 2, come on stage.
From the overall criteria, we believe that the market potential and the... So who wants to... So congratulations. Maybe a few words to the group there.
Picture.
Okay.
Smile. Come on. Okay. Come here. Yeah. All right. Why did they win?
So from the overall concept, I think both were very close, but from a market potential and the overall concept to see the market launch and how close it would be, we decided for Group 2.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, next up, Ari.
Yeah, hi. For us as a new cat on the block, the whole weekend was a great learning experience. So we were already pretty impressed by both teams when we saw yesterday morning their first ideas, their first concepts, and the many details that we as the corporate haven't thought about earlier. So we had very high expectations when we came this afternoon to Bielefeld. And I'm from here, I'm from Eastern Westphalia, so I could also say ich komme von hier weg. So that means that in my daily life, the highest form, the highest level of compliment is when I said, that's not too bad. Yeah. So this isn't going to do it today, because we really thought this were two really great concepts which gave us a lot of useful insights, a lot of ideas that we need to digest first, but still we had to choose a winner. Yes. The reason why we choose the main argument for the winner was, at the end, it was a little bit more comprehensive presentation, and we had to give an extra credit point for being a standalone business model that was already presented. So our winner is Team 2.
Come on, stage. Komm noch einen Schritt nach links am besten immer, und dann da ist der Fotograf. Super, vielen Dank. Thank you. Next up, Team Böllhoff.
So, first of all, a big thanks to both teams. I think we have a great weekend with you, and we are really impressed what you did. So, a big applause for both teams, first of all. Great job of both teams. But now, Tim, tell me and tell us who's the winner.
Yes, thank you both teams. It was a close decision, but our decision is for Team 2.
Okay, let's take a team photo.
Oh, your prize. Nehmen wir hier. Kommt zusammen.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Wir quatschen dann gleich noch, ja?
Next up, Poppe Potthoff.
First of all, I want to say thank you to both of our teams. It was a pleasure to work with you. I really enjoyed the journey. I had a lot of fun, all the discussions around. It was a very close decision, and I hate to make decisions, but I have to. I really asked Simon several times if I can reward both teams, but I can't. I'm just not allowed to, so I have to make a decision. My big problem is that both solutions are super great. The solution of Team 1 is more or less the step 1. The solution of Team 2 is our step 2. And even if it's easier to implement solution 1, I see a greater potential in solution 2, and that's why I choose Team 2 as the winner.
Come on stage, congratulations.
Bitteschön.
Nehmen wir den mal in die Hand hier.
Okay, have a look. Very good, thank you very much. Mikrofon. Okay, next up, Phoenix Contact.
Thank you. So I can only repeat what Maren just said. We loved both solutions, and yeah, we would like to have both of them. But as we have to make a decision today, we choose Team 1 as our winner. So please come to the stage.
Hurry up, let's go. Very good. All right. Hug each other. Very good. Thank you very much. Danke. Next up, Goldbeck.
Thanks.
There's your prize.
It's not my prize. All of you listened to our presentations of the teams, so everybody can imagine that it was quite a hard decision to make. And we made the decision up front of the whole weekend experience. We learned about questions even we don't ask before, and and of course also find a product. And to make things short, come to us, team number 2.
Hey! Where's team number 2?
Where is it? Oh, behind.
Up, guys.
Behind the bar.
All right, thank you very much. Hello. Now we come to the final prize. Have you made a decision?
Yes, we did.
All right. We're all dying to know.
So it has been a tough discussion, but we decided what happens in the kitchen stays in the kitchen. And it's hard to choose just one team. So at least we want to be transparent for our number 2 and 3 also. So I am starting with number 3. Number 3 for us has been the Phoenix Kontakt challenge with the applicator. Applause. Because we like that solution very much, and we look forward to make job search as easy as shopping on Amazon. So great team, great presentation, and great concept, and thanks for sharing this to us. Number 2.
So, number 2 is going to be Ari Armaturen number 2. Why is that? Why is that? We saw a very, very promising pitch. We saw huge potential. We saw a lot of work already done, a very promising prototype, very good pitch quality, and I think both RE teams had a very committed company on the other side. So we must acknowledge that both solutions are very, very well integrated into RE, and we like that very much about that. But now I hand over to Svantje for number 1. It's only one, number 1.
Thank you very much. So number 1, and I have to say, the name has been a good omen. So everybody is recapturing now the name. So the winner is champion. So Team Champion has won.
Can the jury go in the middle and the team around? It's okay like that. Yes. 3, 2, 1, go! Congratulations! Dankeschön. Sehr gut gewählt. Bitte? Willst du? Gut, ciao, guys. Mega. Right, do you have a question to the team?
What are you doing with the 5,000 euro?
That's a very good question. Hand on the mic.
That's a very good question, actually, yeah? I think we put our heads together now and figure it out. And maybe then start a company, yeah?
That's a good one. Thank you very much. Yeah. No, take it. So, they not only won the 5,000 euros, but also the awesome award. And actually, that was a very good transition, the question at the end, because now you may ask yourself, what's next? Well, from my experience of 10 years hackathons, the jury is always wrong. Sorry. So mostly it's the underdogs, the ones who didn't win, that actually committed and made a company out of their project. So let's see who's right if we come back next year. I hope you come back next year as well. But before you come back next year, you can and you should apply to the startup school. So if you won or you didn't win, there you can learn within 10 weeks how to really take it to the next level. So this was a great starting point, but if you want to continue, if you're interested, if you're caught on fire, continue in the startup school. There's going to be a meetup next week, Monday. I think that's Monday. Wednesday, where you can find out more information, where you can ask questions and so on. And there's also going to be a great talk. Well, so that's it for the Hinterland Hack 2022. However, I have to say one more thank you, and that's for the people behind the scenes who made all this happen. So can I ask, no? No, you're shy. The whole team, could you come on stage, please? And give them a big round of applause. Nice. So this applause for you. Can I get a tea photo? Thank you very much. Actually, wait, come here. No, come here. Ja, kommt alle mal hier da vorne, glaube Bescheid. But again, it wouldn't be possible without the partners, so could they come on stage as well, please, with us to make a photo? 3, 2, 1, go! Come on! All right. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the stage. Okay, hug each other. Don't be shy. I know we're all smelly from the hackathon, but it's all good. All right, 3, 2, 1. Smile. Okay. Last but not least, can I ask the participants to join us on the party here? 3, 2, 1, go! Come on, participants, come on stage. Big applause for everybody who participated. Yeah, come in. Yeah. Can we take one photo? Du musst es eigentlich hochhalten. All right, the stage is gonna. Can the first one go down a little bit? All right, 3, 2, 1. Yay! All right, let's try. Let's wait. Turn on the music. Let's try to break this. Let's try to break the stage. On 3, we all jump up and he takes a photo. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Very good. Thank you so much. That was it. Hey, can you move it? We hope to see you again next. My voice is gone. We hope to see you next year again. Thank you so much. See you next year.